I think, especially recently, what I love most about the LCS is how, despite there being sometimes negative perspectives on the league or its teams or its players, that it is constantly being worked on to improve. And the LCS is, especially in recent times, constantly walking towards a more sustainable route and kind of proving itself despite a lot of people not believing in it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3 between FlyQuest and 100 Thieves is just about to come up here. And for those that were watching the interview with Massu, just talking about what he loves about LCS and how everyone is kind of working together to bring it back and revitalize it. We have so many awesome things about this new era of the LCS.
All right, Raafaa, what time is it? It's spicy draft time.
Oh, spicy draft time.
Spicy draft time. I want to see 100 Thieves pull out some winning lanes, some more early aggro stuff here, because you don't want to have to rely on something like game number 1 happening in order to get your win and close out a series. You've got to do it yourself here. I think that starts with a little bit more aggressive draft from their side. FlyQuest has shown they are very happy to run it back the same way. Get some bot priority on bottom side. They're saying our bot line's better. We're going to grab the Kalista. Our mid lane is better. We're going to keep counterpicking with Lucian. And it is up to 100 Thieves to stop them. Now they are on blue side. So we do have a swap here. So this time around, 100 Thieves on the blue side. But FlyQuest will keep their bans the same. Double banning River on those play-making tank junglers with the Sejuani and the Vi. They're not worried about the Maokai as much as it is a bit slower moving.
And for 100 Thieves, the first adaptation, apart from being on blue side, is also the ban of that Lucian away from Quad. Even in that first game you mentioned, he was performing well on it. You know, it was more of a team, effort that they chucked the lead together.
Quad has definitely been winning the Quid versus Quad war that this series was hyped up as. So far, Quad definitely advantage, but all could turn around here in game number 3. Sniper, I would say, despite game number 2 not having the advantage, game number 1 was such an overwhelming advantage that I think he still might have the dub.
Wait, I think Sniper was, hovering not only the Cassante and Jax, but also Bwipo's go-to hover of the Kaisa as well. And you can see that Bwipo not looking so amused either on the cam, but 100 Thieves going to run back that Zeri once again.
Let me remind you of the solo kill and the game that was big, top diff. But let's go back to bottom diff, because that has also, been a possible story here, as the Kalista again immediately locked here for FlyQuest. They are going to run it back, and again, Quid is going to take the Zeri. So it looks like already I would prophesize that 100 Thieves strategy is going to be very similar. And it is really up. Oh, wait a second, though. With the Lucian banned, they go the Corki instead. That is way less. Oh, Misfortune also unbanned. They banned Ezreal instead of Misfortune here. And so we do get our Misfortune combo finally. After those Misfortune buffs, everyone was talking about the laning phase prio, but also the giant team fight combos, namely with Rell. Very nice setup there. So going to have some very big AoE potential.
Yeah, and the nice thing about for the laning phase too is that make it rain slow does make it a lot harder for Massu to navigate on the Kalista. So for FlyQuest, seeing a different look from 100 Thieves, no Nautilus, the Rell comboing with the bullet time is a massive AoE powerful duo. Now for 100 Thieves, no jungle locked in, no top laner locked in. Same story for FlyQuest. So I imagine that a lot of those bans are going to be, oh my.
Another Nidalee hater. I see a lot of Nidalee haters.
It's warranted.
They're very in vogue these days. Here we go, though, as far as jungle soaking up some bans here. They take away River's brand, and what else? No sniper. Oh, the Urgot target ban as well at Bwipo. Now, they would have to also move him off K'Sante, because it's just been K'Sante thus far. Do they want to follow it up and actually ban the K'Sante? Because with the Jax ban, it seems like Bwipo is saying, fine, go Camille. I will do K'Sante again if you leave it up. Will they leave it up, though?
I'm not sure. And for Sniper's champion pool, I mean, we've talked about how some top laners will go to something like a Gnar. I haven't seen that much Gnar in Sniper's solo queue history. It was like a few games during the break, but it doesn't seem like he was that comfortable on it since then. So that has been usually another answer that top laners have gone to in the past, but you have to really know your ins and outs with managing that rage bar and making sure that you're teleporting to those fights. But with FlyQuest, they don't have to show their top laner quite yet, as they're going to lock in Ivern to really aid with the power of this double marksman comp.
Oof, I am a big Ivern fan. I think that is such a strong jungle pick right now. With everybody running double AD carries and running engaged supports, the Enchanter jungle just fits in so well. Plus, Ivern just right now is at a strong state, both in pro play and in solo queue. He kind of checks all the boxes at the moment. And River goes back to a farming AP jungler here, the Lillia. I gotta say, so far, I'm liking the stack from the FlyQuest side. Plus, they're going to still have counter pick in the hands of Bwipo. What's he got? Some Olaf angle. Olaf is always really nice with the Ivern as well. And is decent into the K'Sante.
Oh, this would be awesome.
Drop the axe on him as well for an even stronger counter.
Give me the Noxian Guillotine. Please do it.
Say pretty, please.
Pretty, please.
Pretty, please. With
yes!
Top. There you go.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go. And I know we've seen the Darius pop up recently in the LPL as an answer into the K'Sante. And if you get rolling, I mean, this champion seems nigh unstoppable. Watch for the Ghost Flash loadout screen as well, because if you can run down these 80 carries on Misfortune and Zeri, I mean, it is night. Good night to 100 Thieves.
Yeah, I also really like the lane phase too. You know, you stack up your bleed on him, and then the ult is just so hard for K'Sante to deal with. Doesn't have a lot of outs, so we shall see. Ivern also has really, really quick clear. This is one of the big benefits. Everybody always focuses on the super cheap support itemization that the Ivern can go for, but Ivern also really, really fast early clear. The first clear is super quick, so you can be up on that top side immediately and ensure that your Darius is going to have a very, very good time. All right, let's see. 100 Thieves, can they do it?
Go, baby. Game 3 between FlyQuest and 100 Thieves. Let's see who takes it.
100 Thieves going to have to prove everyone wrong who is saying they were all about the best of ones, and that was all left in the past, left in spring. FlyQuest, meanwhile, want to solidify themselves here, finish up the series, and keep their spot towards the top of the standings heading into playoffs.
As we head on to the Rift, we actually got a chance before today's series to ask Quid and Quad for quotes about each other. And from what I remember seeing, one is really funny and the other is really wholesome. So, Quad on Quid, we've been good practice partners throughout this season, and I hope we play well. You know, very nice, wholesome stuff. What does Quid say?
I agree. That would make our jobs easier. We were going to have like a counter for how many times we mixed up Quid and Quad, but I think it's been 0. Nobody checked the tape.
Yeah, here on the caster booth was pretty solid.
Producers just got in my ear and literally said it's been 0. So we do have a counter.
Let's go!
The counter is at 0. Nice.
Yeah.
Smurfing.
I guarantee.
Now, definitely going to ruin it this game.
Yeah, we're going to ruin it in game 3, guys.
All right, it's not going to be me, though.
It's not going to be me.
Okay, all right, we're good then.
Do you need another jalapeno popper for that?
Yeah, please.
And it looks like FlyQuest did get some aggressive vision on that top side of the map. And with Inspired setting up his camps, starting on top side as well, who should be ending with a full clear on that bottom side, playing towards the strength of Massu and Busio. So Sniper should be fine and okay, not having to worry about a 3-minute level 4 Ivern gank on the top side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, also as Cassante, you kind of gotta give some, give the push, give the power to the Darius. You gotta hold your hands up and admit, all right, you know what? I am gonna play defensively up here. I am just gonna try and CS. Maybe I'll try a sneak play, those classic Cassante, knock you into my tower once you're pushing up.
Yep.
But you really do have to give the lane prow over to the Darius, and that's just what he's done. So level 2 acquired for Bwipo. He can move up on him. And these last couple of minions just barely dying in front of him. Don't want to get tagged there. Don't want to start bleeding. Meanwhile, bottom lane here, pushing for FlyQuest side with their Kalista again, being able to get some early trial for them. You mentioned it, though, as far as the junglers here, looking towards the bottom side too. River, of course, on the Lillia. You always got to full clear as Lillia.
Yep.
You have to full clear with this champion. And so we'll do just that. Inspired as well. You always have to full clear. The cannon actually barely tagged there as well.
And FlyQuest's bot lane playing very aggressively into Meech and Eyla. They're trying to get some chunks on the trade because Inspired has already finished his full clear. He's going to make his way towards the bot side on the map, but because River's also here, he should be able to answer for the dive.
This is what I'm talking about with the speed of Ivern's first clear. It is insane. Doesn't amount to anything here except for some vision advantage though.
Yeah, Meech and Eyla, thankfully for them, were able to hold off the wave from fully crashing and not giving Inspired an opportunity to get in there before River hit level 4. Now he's got to be careful because Busio from Fog is going to lock him down. Root Caller, oh no, River, good night.
Vision advantage, vision advantage. Wards and vision advantage are often the death of the supports of the
Solo kill?
junglers.
Oh, it's too easy, and Sniper! He used the Ghost Summoner spell as well. It was traded by Bwipo on the back of it, and Bwipo might just be Sniper's father after all.
Nah, not after that first game. This one is a hard counter pick. The Darius double sums into it. But he does get it. He does get a solo kill back. Fair is fair. Bwipo does successfully get the solo bolo.
How many solo kills does he have to get in this game to reverse the result?
4. I'm going to go 4.
4, okay.
Well, 3 is fine. 3 is fine.
Busio with the engage. They have Inspired there. Cleanse popped by Meech. And now Bwipo's in trouble. Tries to flash away, but he's stuck in the middle between River and Sniper. Tries to get the healing on that outer ring, but doesn't quite land it. River takes vengeance.
Yeah, really good opportunity there from River and jumping on that one. Punishing Bwipo and getting the flash is a critical part here. You mentioned it as far as ghosts being traded in the previous one, but no flash on that Darius now either. Little sidestep there from Busio is good. It's pretty easy to dodge the seed though. So easy little sidestep. Stayed in the brush too, so
flash
still
and
stayed.
Ivern, baby!
Honestly, going from... Oh, hang on. We're going to continue the replay on the top side.
Oh, we don't get to listen in on these? The biggest thing I want to hear on this, because it's just a Darius walk down. Getting the bleed up and then hitting the Q. But the thing I want to hear is if there's any sort of trash talk, because they were doing hovers and champ select. They were doing real life emotes.
Yeah.
Nice stuff though from the side of FlyQuest in both of the replays. Conveniently, we did not replay the 100 Thieves kill. Interesting.
Bias from the production room.
Some FlyQuest fans there, huh? Interesting. Honestly, though, they do have the overall lead in this game. Of course, they are the ones again with the aggressive draft, even more aggressive than previously in this series because they also added a red side 5-pick top lane counter pick into the mix this time around. So they very much should be in the driver's seat with the extra early lead. And we'll see what they can do with it this time around. Because the only thing they really gave up was the Lucian mid. Lucian mid was banned, and so they don't have quad on the super aggressive advantage. But he's still doing quite well for himself in the mid lane. Still pushes up and ensures that Inspired will easily be able to take the Void Grubs yet again.
They're going to make the save on to Meech. He has no cleanse, tries to flash away, but Massu stacking up the spears, and Busio taking up every turret shot. The Ignite is ticking down from Eyla. Maybe he can get a trade back. No way! An isolated 2v2! Massu with the flash! Pops the Rend!
Oh man, this bottom lane is destroying the 100 Thieves bottom lane. How tanky is Leona there with the tower dive? That was bold. They go in and get the double. Sliver of HP left on Busio in the brush too, and Massu able to jump right past on the Kalista. Flashes for the extra kill. FlyQuest bottom lane are just dominating.
And they've just been scaling up so well. Hang on the top side, Bwipo gets all outed by Sniper because he had River in the jungle, but Inspired is there first, protecting his top laner from getting solo killed.
All right, double ghost yet again from both top laners here. After the action too. And whenever your bottom lane just gets a double kill by themselves like that, and the minion wave at the tower, it just frees up the rest of the map so much. It is really difficult for 100 Thieves to continue playing when the anchor down there is so heavy. And just look at this. Busio, this Leona is mega tanky. Walks into the tower, boom, immediately goes with the E. Even with Meech answering and trying to flash away, they're like, you cannot get away. Busio then stuns, walks into the brush away from the minions. Massu's able to jump forward, flash as well. Bwipo's like, that's my bottom lane.
Yep.
Those are my rookies right there.
Yeah.
My rookies right there.
That's right. And just take a look at this. Massu and Busio have scaled up so well after playoffs and after the break. They showed a lot of promise early on during FlyQuest's dominance in the spring split, but you can see how Massu in particular, one of our other Rookie of the Year candidates, has just been non-stop grinding and evolving over the course of the summer split. I mean, he truly is one of our most exciting players of this next generation.
Yep. 1.4K gold lead in the hands of that Kalista. In the hands of that rookie right there. So game number one, we had a big Rookie of the Year domination from Sniper, trying to make his case in front of the fans as we wind down the season. And game number three for sure, Massu here is going to be the one with a lot of gold to do it himself. As well, you might be happy to hear, as we have a gank going through, that this Kalista is not going to be a lethality Kalista. It is a press the attack Kalista. It is a Blade of the Ruin King rush Kalista. I know a lot of people got a little bit tired of seeing so many lethality Kalistas popping up, but with Rell, with Cassante on the enemy team, looks like Massu going to have some more options.
Yep. Tankier front line means that you need that percentage HP damage to cut them down, and you're going to have the safety of the shields from Inspired's Ivern to allow you to stay in those fights a lot longer as well. For FlyQuest, a bit more of an explosive start thanks to the power of Massu and Busio just getting that isolated 2v2 over them. We have Dragon not coming up for another 3 minutes, but the second rotation of Grubs will be spawning in less than 40.
And remember, credit to the jungler, to Ivern, really quick clear. That allows you to get the vision advantage for bottom lane. That got the first kill too. Patiently waiting around the bottom lane, allowing Busio get that position into the pixel brush. They got the juke and kill onto River, so that was quite nice to get them started. From then though, whew, they just took it into their own hands, finish out their own dives, and allowing Inspired here to kind of hold hands with Bwipo up in the top side for a lot, because we've had both junglers visiting there.
And River's here as well. Swirling Seed, Q Flash for the sleep. Both top laner and jungler are going to be slept on. Sniper tries to go for the all-out. Bwipo trying to stack up those passives, but Bwipo at least trades one back on a Sniper before Inspired. He's going to have to grieve for the fallen comrade as River picks a trade back up. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Massu and Busio, looks like they got another 2v2 kill onto Meech, and Eyla was forced to run.
Get him back on Jhin. Ah, it is rough. 100 Thieves bottom side of the map is going to be so rough. 2,000 gold lead in the hands of the Kalista. It's going to start to bleed over into the rest of the map. You see some presence here. River, though, rushing through. I mean, just deny at least one here so they don't get the 6. He is Lillia and is sticking around. Inspired would love to steal one, but Inspired has no smite charge. No smite charge for the Ivern, so they're going to try and just push them off. Busio going to play frontline. Nicely done. You just need one extra one from the second pack here, and it's actually such a big power boost.
Yep.
Just to get a single Void Might spawn for later. So despite not having a smite charge, Busio is able to run them off, and FlyQuest will get it.
Now that Busio and Massu have turned towards the top side of the map, Eyla is forced to answer to make sure the sniper isn't dove. Inspired claims that last Void Grub for FlyQuest, and within 12 minutes, Kobe, turret plates have not fallen off completely yet, but it's still a 3,000 gold advantage.
Raafaa, there's a 1,000 gold lead in the support's hands. Busio has an individual 1,000 gold lead on the Leona. There's going to be a mega tanky diff here. Giant's belt rushed, steel caps on. Whew.
Yeah, that Warmongers is going to come in very fast for Busio, and the fact that Massu has the other solo 2,000 gold advantage. I mean, all this gold is from FlyQuest bot lane. Now, for 100 Thieves, the game is not completely over if they find a way to shut down Massu in an upcoming fight or skirmish. But it's going to be very difficult since their lockdown does require Eyla getting in range to stop Massu.
Yeah, and maybe they can look for stuff like they looked for in game number 1. You know, when FlyQuest try and make some engages, then they can turn these plays around and look for some kind of team play where they get a little bit of extra gold back, turn it into some objective bounties when those eventually spawn. They can't spawn before 14 minutes, by the way. So a little bit of waiting time here. FlyQuest, though, with their advantage, nicely, aggressively moving in, kind of threatening around the respawn of red buff, while Massu gains mid lane priority. And then with red buff respawning here, Busio wants to get some vision down on it.
Meech is forced to use the ultimate just to clear the wave. Bwipo and Busio were moving in to look for a dive, but they have the prio guaranteed anyway to start up this second dragon of the game. Inspired, having full control. River, not going to even try and contest for it. I mean, FlyQuest, this is, once again, a very clean game, much like Game 2. And to be honest, a little bit from Game 1. I think, honestly, after that first game, Kobe, FlyQuest went into the back room and they said, okay, guys, we're going to make sure when we get these leads, we're not going to be careless with them. We're not going to send in on these full, deep engages. And FlyQuest have changed for the better for it.
Classic. All right, guys, no throws. FlyQuest here, easy objective control. Finish this one up too, and Massu will return to get that mid lane priority very easily. They even roam up Bwipo. Interesting here. How quickly do they want to rush this mid tower? Because that mid tower is so low, it will actually die to a charge. They also have 4 Void Grubs, so you can drive that thing and get a bunch of Void Mites popping out. A little pinata, but they're actually just having Bwipo walk the whole map. That Darius just ran the entire map, all the way from bottom side up to the top lane.
He's training for the Olympics.
Look at that macro. Boom. Just walks his way up there. No teleports necessary. I'm a flash ghost top Darius. Doesn't matter. I will run the length of Summoner's Rift.
And I've never seen this before. A Sterix Gauge rush on a Darius. I normally see things like Sundered Sky, Black Cleaver, maybe even Trinity Force. I don't think I've seen the Sterix Gauge rush on any bruiser, but the extra tenacity that you get from the item is going to help a lot when you're dealing with so much of the crowd control that 100 Thieves have at their disposal.
And the shield is always so cool for Darius because you get to play off of big heals and shield popping to keep you there, and then you get those juicy outer Qs, and you can bait a lot of people as well as just committing to some of these all-ins. With the double mobility summoner spells, I want to see it. I want to see that Darius in the spotlight. He did get the solo kill early on, level 4. Now Quid,
he's in trouble. That's the flash. Busio, picture perfect solar flare in fog. Lands it on top of Quid's head. And here comes River with the counter response. 2-man sleep with the Q flash. Eyla cannot get in range, and Daisy's doing a number on them. Eyla tries to finally go in, but Quad dashed it away with the flash, and River's now in trouble. Meech is forced to flash as well. The rest of 100 Thieves are on the run, and Massu from over the wall comes in for the assassination. Face call sends Busio out like a Pokemon, and he sends him back in. River falls as well. Massu is tearing this game up.
Well, well, well. FlyQuest are definitely going to crush this early game again. This one even harder because this top tower is going to go down. They're going to be able to reset immediately. Those objective bindings, by the way, they did spawn way earlier. The 14-minute mark passed, and already it is looking like a crushing advantage here. Again, they got the kill onto Quid, so they forced the splash first. And then they easily followed up right here, right in the center of the Leona, grabs the stun, so no flash on Quid. Aww.
Oh, no.
That's why River flashed for this play. I was wondering, I was like, so River's flashing in for the sleep here, but he doesn't have a lot of damage behind him because Meech is so underfed on the Misfortune here. But it was because he thought he had the teleport coming in to support him. And Bwipo was able to get there and interrupt it. That's why it went so badly. And the 100 Thieves players know it. This one is really rough.
Dejected expression. And it says it all for Meech. And for the rest of FlyQuest, I mean, very similar to game one where they have a massive gold advantage. Obviously, the task is on them to close this game out cleanly. Because for FlyQuest, being able to practice against 100 Thieves is in the jungle. Busio goes in, trying to hunt down. Oh boy, nice knockup from Daisy. Yeah, River thought that he could walk around in his own jungle, but it doesn't belong to him anymore.
It is no longer 100 Thieves jungle. Unfortunately for them, FlyQuest have planted their flag. They have declared, your jungle is our jungle. And they are going to take pretty much everything from them here. Rough stuff here for 100 Thieves. I mean, full item behind with the AD carry. Of course, Massu sitting on 6 kills, 4,000 gold lead in his hands. This Kalista is obviously massive. But for the real story here, the Leona has also increased her gold lead. 1.5K in the hands of Busio. Warmock's completed. Mega tank active.
Yeah, support gap is pretty massive this game. I cannot lie about that. I mean, the fact that you have a full complete item and Eyla's still trying to work on components is pretty tough. And for FlyQuest, good practice to have responded after game one and now seemingly having cleaner games in these next two of the series because there's only 2 weeks left of the regular season. And for FlyQuest, one of those last opponents is against Cloud9 in week 7. And it's important to make sure that the games against the lower teams are just as clean because you're going to have a lot more challenges when you go up against the top of the table.
Yeah, that game's going to be super hype. The Cloud9 versus Team Liquid matchup and the Cloud9 versus FlyQuest matchups at the end of the season here. Some nice juicy ones for us in the last week of the LCS, last couple of weeks. Again, we have Team Liquid coming up right after this too, so Team Liquid still have to win their match later today in order to go into that match versus Cloud9 also undefeated.
Yep.
Cloud9 have done their part. They're holding up their end of the bargain for that matchup next week on August 4th. Hopefully we will have 2 undefeated teams. Super hype going against each other. And then, as you mentioned, FlyQuest will also get their turn to go after Cloud9. But Daisy's going after Sniper here.
Okay, last minute engage from Eyla. Nice. It's not doing any damage to Busio at all. I was waiting for something, and now 100 Thieves are just getting blown up by FlyQuest. They saw the combo, they said, nice try, and they're the ones that are now putting them into the ground. It's just a complete massacre. FlyQuest not having to try that hard at all, and 4 members from 100 Thieves are gone.
All right, let's just walk up the Baron then, I guess. The map is clean. It is serene. FlyQuest have controlled the entirety of Summoner's Rift, and they are just trying to put that game number 1 out of everybody's minds, far in the past. Nothing to see there. Very clean series for them. 21 minutes in, 10,000 gold lead with all the dragons and the Baron to boot.
complacency check has been acquired by FlyQuest. They are not going to be underestimating 100 Thieves any longer. Baron has been secured. They are on Soul Point, and I don't even know if the game is going to last another 3 minutes to get to that part.
All right, let's take a look at this. You mentioned the engage, the combo. Massu flashed out. Busio was like, I don't need a flash out of this.
I'm Leona.
Exactly. Leona also had Aftershock on. Busio doesn't have to move at all. Stays on in, doesn't even tickle. And Bwipo's happy to chase them down. Yeah.
Not sure what the sound was, but...
I know what the gesture was, though.
Yep. Facial reactions are very telling, even without audio. Busio now trying to walk away. Eyla is going to try to full send it, looking for Massu, but he hops away. The bullet time not quite landing onto the backline. Busio deters the backline of 100 Thieves from getting any extra damage. They all out, looking for Busio and Massu, but they deal with Sniper easily. Quad, meanwhile, is getting flanked and doesn't even die. Quadra kill for Quad. FlyQuest pick up the ace, and this is the end of the series.
And that is the end of the series for sure. Bwipo down there on the bottom side, just objective focus. Finishes off the tower, inhibitor down, and FlyQuest taking turrets for fun.
100 Thieves, you may have gotten FlyQuest in game 1, but no one defeats them twice in a row. FlyQuest will sweep 100 Thieves 2-1.
All right, Massu. I will accept your submission for the Rookie of the Year race. Looking pretty good. I said on the waiting room already, he was my leader. He currently has my vote, and it is his to lose. But pretty exciting stuff there. Sniper as well at the beginning of game number 1, though, with some excitement. FlyQuest able to rally, finish it off, though. They solidify their game plan, clean up those mistakes, and we'll finish off the weekend as well.
I just got to say, I'm so proud of Massu and Busio's growth over the course of the summer split. Spring split, we saw the promise. Playoffs faltered when it came to taking down Team Liquid in the finals. And even looks at MSI seemed very dire. But summer split has been such a treat. And with that, we're going to be heading over to talk to Massu with Emily on stage for the interview.
Here with legendary Kalista Massu after that great 2-1 victory. I want to start with the bot lane 2v2 in this game, right? Because you went Kalista all 3 games today. And in this bot lane 2v2, you kind of decimated them really early. So talk me through your first dive.
Well, honestly, they used Cleanse beforehand, and Misfortune didn't have Cosmic. And we saw as soon as we saw Lillia top, then we said we were gonna dive them. And yeah, that was all the planning that went into it.
Oh, and then you jumped them over and over again. It was a rough time for them. I also wanted to talk through, there was a really neat topside play where you ended up using the Kalista pullback to dive top. Kalista as a champion is something you're super comfortable with. So just talk me through playing her and what you hope to bring to having such a dominant bot side.
Well, Kalista is just like a really stable pick. Like she will always carry the early game. She will always have enough like pressure in the game to create kind of like a lane to play around, or create enough pressure to pull people in so that the other lanes are less pressured by the enemies. So that's why I really like her, and yeah.
You look super comfortable on her. In game 1, I will say, even with some of the early leads you guys were able to get, 100 Thieves came back. So how did you recover from that, and what do you think went wrong in that game that you were able to improve on in games 2 and 3?
I think we have this mostly in the first game where we're just like kind of jittery. So we don't play out our comps like how they're supposed to, especially in team fights. So we like go too fast sometimes, or we don't do anything at all sometimes. So we kind of just like realized, hey, we need to just like calm down and play how our champions want to play. So yeah.
And Rookie of the Year competition is heating up. I would like you to make your case. Obviously, your gameplay is already making the case for you, but now make the case to the crowd and the audience watching.
I don't know.
You got this. You got this.
I mean, I think I have been performing the best out of the other rookies, but I also do have the best team around me, so I think...
That doesn't take away from it. You're performing really well. Own it. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys on the other side. Our humble king.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, it's our mail from Morris Progressive, and today we're going to be doing an egg drop challenge.
Is it blue?
No, it's good. Try it.
No, don't try.
It tastes good. Ah! Got a problem, Todd?
Here we go! It's your purple. There will be no damage sustained. It has to land in the middle.
One, go.
One time.
One, go.
It's gonna break.
Where's my high five?
Dude, why'd you put your new rig in the basement?
Didn't you hear? Bill's a gagillionaire now.
Basically, my new connection is so strong I can game anywhere. Check it out. We've got gamer rocker, gamer floaty, gamer couch,
Whoa.
It's got wheels.
gamer bench, gamer throne, and gamer mower.
What's that?
It's hard to game while walking downstairs.
I get it.
That's smart.
Live like a gagillionaire with low latency everywhere. AT&T Fiber with All-Fi.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Hello, this is Huhi, and I'm joining with Busio.
Hello.
You guys had a 2-1 victory versus 100 Thieves. I think after the first game, I'm glad that you guys didn't change your Kalista prio, change your pick though to an engaged support. So walk me through like what was that change about?
Yeah, well, in the first game we had a pretty like pokey comp, and like we have Bard and Italy, so we're faster on the map. We don't want to like straight up fight them.
Yeah.
But a lot of the fights we kind of just went too fast, and it really wasn't working for us. But next game we're 100% going to run it back because like we know we can play that comp. We just had some bad situations going, and I messed up some of my ults. But they chose the Italy, and we got the Lillia in game 2, so it's time to play an engaged support.
Yeah.
So then I played an engaged support. Yeah.
I really respected that because I think you guys still played really well in game 1, but like had a shaky mid game. But after game 2 and game 3, you guys were dominating bot lane, and you guys started stacking a lots of dragon, put more priority on bot side more. So yeah, I think as a team, did you guys just focus more on the dragon and on the bot side?
Yeah, once we had those drafts, like we had Kalista, you know, we're just so strong bot. As long as we trade aggressively and like trade sums, we'll get good situations going. So yeah, that was our plan.
Damn, that was good. And after game 1, like, did you guys expect like 100 Thieves was like swinging a little harder than you guys thought, or was it as expected?
After game 1?
Yeah.
We just thought we messed up, and that's all. And like once you fall behind with that kind of comp, it's pretty difficult because they can just hard engage. So we just took a deep breath and just got ready for game 2. Yeah.
Damn, that's good. And I'm hoping that you get the player of the series because I voted for you and you're my fellow support. So I hope that the credit goes to whoever belongs, you know, like AD carry and support. But I think support is a little more credit. So
Okay. Support stay together.
Yeah, we got to stick together. So. And yeah, I think for next week, you guys have, who do you guys play for next week?
I think Shopify.
Shopify? Yeah. They're swinging a little harder now.
Oh yeah.
So what's your thought about that?
I mean, Shopify, they changed their jungler, right? They've Boogie again. So they're like really good around like grub swaps and stuff like that. That's kind of like their main play. But if you can match their macro well, like we should beat them in mechanical fights. So as long as we don't get grubbed on, you know, we'll be fine.
All right. Really excited for that. Okay, and that's it for us. Thanks for joining us, and wait for the next game, Immortal versus Team Liquid.
Thank you.